Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Between the Sundays here at Generations Church. We're so glad that you're hopping on. My name is Pastor Aaron. I'm the associate pastor, and I got two special guests with me today. Pastor Connor, who is our worship and productions pastor.
Nice.
And Pastor Carson, who is our youth and young adults pastor. And first and foremost, I just want to say thank you for getting on with me. I'm thankful for all that you do, and both of y'all do. Y'all do a great job. So I'm so glad to be sharing this podcast today with y'all.
Some say it's because of your leadership.
No, that's definitely not it. But we're so glad that you're on today with us. We've had a great week this week here at Generations Church. And this past weekend was our Marriage Matters conference, both Friday and Saturday. Friday night was a date night where they came in. We had Olive Garden. We ate
so
together.
much Olive Garden.
Had a cellist. We had so much Olive Garden.
I didn't know what a cello was before Friday.
I said this Sunday, I've never eaten dinner or with a cellist playing.
That's
so
fancy.
It was great. It was a new experience for me. We had a comedian Friday night that was very funny.
Mm-hmm.
And so Friday night was a date night. It was really good. And then Saturday was all about the practical application that we can use in our marriages. So it was a great weekend. What was y'all's, I'll start with you, Pastor Connor. What was your favorite part from the conference?
Favorite part from the conference for me was one, getting just to attend with my wife, getting to just be right there with her, especially on the panel that we were on, but also just being able to be in every session, sitting with her. So we had a lot of personal takeaways from it, and so there was just a lot of things that I think are going to continue to help us in our marriage. And we're 9 months in, but we have a lot of people who have given us a lot of wisdom and stuff to help us, I think, just put us better off quicker. And so that's
y'all. You and Emily were one of the most newlywed couples in the room. We had maybe one or two that were engaged to be married. So there was a lot. You guys were one of the few younger couples within the room. I think you and Madeline, and even myself, 4 years in.
6 kids.
Yeah, 3 kids. So it was just good, I think, to be in the room and hear great wisdom. Pastor Carson, what was your takeaway from the conference?
Yeah, I think it was a great weekend. I got to go to the Cherokee Sequoia lacrosse game and support some of our students on Friday night. So that was a ton of them. Like every kid I've ever met plays lacrosse. But no, that was a good time to get to be down there. And just quick shout out to Coach Sparks for getting me on the sidelines. I mean, great seats. And then Saturday morning, I think 2 things. One, like the format of sitting with other couples, you know, and just actually getting to connect with them was really good. But it also sparked a lot of conversations once we left the conference. So it wasn't just like, hey, we attended the conference. That was great. It was like, it started different conversations in Mal and I's marriage that we, and some, just starters of like, oh, where can we go from here? And just ways and different thought processes and stuff like that. So I think that was a big takeaway for us.
I think going away from like the application part of it, I think one of the things that I was so excited about and was really awesome to me was that there were so many new couples to our church that were at the conference. Like, they might have been first or second time guests 2 weeks ago, or they may have been attending for like a month and a half, and they were at the conference. And so it was just really good time, community. But like you said,
get to know people more.
Yeah, getting to know people more, sit with new couples and then hear from and talk with older couples that have been married for 30, 40 plus years and just hear their wisdom and just watch them too. Like watch how they interact and talk with each other and hear their stories and stuff like that. That was really cool. I love hearing, older couples' stories and how they met, but then, they've had 3 kids and now they have grandkids and, we've known each other since we're, 18 for 40 years. So anyways, it was just an incredible time. So if you missed it, we really did miss you. Our 2024 dates are been coming soon. So you're not going to want to miss that if you missed our Marriage Matters conference. Oh, yeah. And then this past Sunday was part 2 of our Dollars and Cents series. Part 1 was so good, talked about income. It talked about spending. It talked about investing. It talked about giving. And it was so good practically. And then part two, um, Pastor Jeremy talked about this idea of this deeper desire within us to go from like we have to give or we have to serve or we
Mhm.
have to attend church to this idea and mindset shift of we get to. So
Mhm.
going from we have to do something to we get to do something. And it was so good. I'll start with you, Pastor Carson. Sorry. What was your takeaway from this past Sunday? How did it resonate with you?
Yeah, I think this series has been good. I think a lot of times when you talk about money, especially in the church, like it just feels like a grab.
Hmm.
Like, hey, give us money. And like
It's on giving.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it just wasn't that. And so it was really cool to see that because it makes us want to like section off our lives. But
Hmm.
like in reality, like to get behind the heart of like God really has given us everything and he's
Yeah.
not shorthanded. Like he doesn't need us, but like he wants us to participate in like this kind of act of love has been really cool.
Yeah.
And then also just kind of like the conversation around, we don't have to, but we get to. Just he really went into like different ways. Like it wasn't just money, like it was like
Hmm.
serving and just like
Yeah.
living a godly life and like trying to follow Jesus in his ways and not our own. It's just like we don't have to, but we get to. And that heart change that happens when you
Mm-hmm.
commit to following him. And just think of all like the different applications that come from that was a cool conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pastor Connor, what do you have to add to that, or what did you take away from it?
Yeah, I mean, basically the same as what Pastor Carson said. Our when you change your perspective and you really do believe, not just oh I'm gonna start doing this. No, and you truly have that heart change and you
Hmm.
believe I get to do this. I
Yeah.
don't have to. I don't have to do this. I get to do it. This is
Yeah.
something that maybe God has called you to, or maybe it's just something that you've uh, started liking to do, and then
Hmm.
maybe you even. I know people who have they've changed their whole mindset. They've changed their major in college because it's something that they didn't know they wanted to do, and then God kind of led them that way. But when you change your perspective on that, just like Pastor Carson said, like you find more enjoyment when you
Hmm.
do certain things. You just find you're not stressed about it,
Hmm.
whereas someone might be, oh, this is my job, I have to do this. Somebody's like, oh wow, I get to do this, and there's so much more joy, there's
Yeah.
happiness, and so it's just a lot of things that for me personally, like, I tell our worship team all the time, like
Yeah.
it's a
I was just gonna
privilege
say
to
that.
serve.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a privilege to serve, and so if when you truly believe that, like I get to do this, there's just a ton of heart change that happens there, and there you just find a whole lot more enjoyment out
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, yeah, and I hear you say this all the time to your worship team in the huddles, like, we're not standing on stage because, out of obligation or, to perform. Like we get to do this. We
Mhm.
get to lead people in worship. You get to teach and preach to students and love students and be at students lacrosse games
Yeah,
and
I'm still learning the rules, but I have
yeah,
to.
yeah, yeah. You're gonna have to because I don't feel like it's going away. It's everybody that I know in the student ministry almost plays lacrosse, and then like you get to come to church on a Sunday and find community and be in a relationship with others. You get to come to the Marriage Matters conference,
Yeah.
but then also like even coming away from church, like you can your mindset shift from like I have to be, because I got married, like, I have to love my wife. Like, but shifting my mindset and your mindset from, have to, then I get to love my wife. I get to serve my wife. Pastor Carson and Madeline talked
Get
about
to
it.
love my baby.
Yeah. Talked about it on at the Marriage Matters conference about serving each other. Like we get to serve each other and we
Mhm.
get to, you know, Pastor Jeremy talk, I get to do the dishes and unload the dishwasher. He doesn't get to load the dishwasher because he says he can't fit them in right, but he gets to unload them. So
that felt like a cop out, but he's not here to defend himself. He alleged that he didn't know how to load the dishwasher.
I've seen him pack a car.
I was like,
I've seen him pack a car.
I wonder if that'll fly at my house. I don't mind touching the clean dishes.
Yeah, yeah. I'll get that's. I think that's me with like folding laundry momentarily. Like I can't fold them right. It is the truth.
It's just the fitted sheets for me.
I was about to say.
Really knows how to
I was
fold
just about to
sheets.
say. I don't want to brag, but I can fold a fitted sheet.
That's incredible because
my mom taught me
one
that.
time.
Yeah.
The key is to just
just
you guys
wrap
can't
it
see the
up.
motion I'm doing,
Yeah.
but it's just a technique with the
Just
arms.
roll it up, just like a
It's
water
like a
hose. So it was.
Is that how you roll? It's fine.
Anyways, so it was an incredible series, and what's exciting for me is we're moving into this new series, Journey to the Cross, that starts this Sunday and leads into Easter. It's a 3-week series. That starts this Sunday, and then the 4th week is Easter. And we have Good Friday service, and I'm super excited about Journey to the Cross. We're gonna have a soap guide available for you to follow along, a reading plan. And so I people watching, people listening, I want to encourage you, start thinking and go a little bit deeper and start praying for who you can invite. Like, God, who can I invite to church and to hear the gospel, to hear about, the Son of God, Jesus, who came to this earth and lived this earth, but died on the cross for my sins. Who can I invite to church to hear that message?
Yeah.
And the Bible talks about in Matthew 28 to go and make disciples. Like, who, and this is a little bit easier, inviting. Who can I invite? So Journey to the Cross starts this Sunday, and then this Saturday is our March Man-Ness event.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
So if you're watching this before Saturday, our March Man-Ness event is this Saturday. I'm super excited about it. Pastor Carson, tell us a little bit of details. Little details about this.
I won't be watching the tournament this year.
You won't be watching the tournament this year?
No. I mean, it's going to be super exciting. It's not just. It's themed around basketball, right? But it's not just for basketball fans. We're gonna have some fellowship. We'll have some games on, but really just trying to connect with each other's like men who are trying to lead their families and be, walk a different path in their work life and really just connect with other people and try and like discover like how other people are trying to follow Jesus. Like we've all committed to this idea, but we're all still kind of discovering what it looks like to do it. And so if we get in the same space in the same room, I think we'll get there maybe a little quicker. Right?
Yeah. We're gonna have axe throwing. We're gonna have ping pong.
Oh, sorry,
cornhole,
axe throwing. Yeah. There's also
and
the fellowship of Jesus Christ, but there's ping pong.
Yeah, we're smoking some meat. We're smoking Boston butts and chicken quarters and baked beans and mac and cheese. It's gonna be a great night.
Oh yeah.
So you can go to our website, register at g.church, the Church Center app.
Got Bruce Deal coming.
Bruce Steele
from
the City of Refuge.
Most ministries.
Most
men opposed to sex trafficking.
Yeah, and I'm super excited. He served on the past 3 boards of the past 3 presidents. Sorry, the past 3 presidents' boards to help with sex trafficking and how to fix that issue. So we're super excited about that.
Yeah, he's a great speaker. So I'm pretty excited to hear him.
So we're super excited about all that God has for us the next couple of weeks. We're so thankful for you hopping on between the Sundays with me, myself, Pastor Aaron, Pastor Carson, Pastor Connor. Until next time, we'll see you Sunday here at Generations Church. God bless.